Thank you for joining us today. This is our nutrition board. It's one of the themes we are highlighting this month. So this board has a few sections. One is here where there's guidelines from the USDA about different amounts per major food group each person should get by age, the food pyramid, how to interpret a nutrition label, and then some information on food initiatives here in Lynn, some information on food insecurity. And because March is also Women's History Month, we decided to combine the two themes and create a timeline on women who are pioneers in the food industry. And then the last section here shows the difference of kind of the original food versus what we see in the grocery store now, and I'll talk more about that later. So to start off here, we decided to highlight My Plate as well because that's a guide from the USDA, like I said before, on how much food, major food group proportion according to age you should get. So it starts here with toddlers, and then you can see here the amount of dairy toddlers should get per day, and then so forth as you continue down the list. Here is the healthy eating pyramid. It's from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. And on the bottom here is daily exercise and weight control. As you move further up, you see vegetables, healthy fats and oils, whole grains, nuts and seeds, and then at the top, use sparingly, it says, for red meat, butter, things like that. And then on the side here, you see some multivitamin and vitamin D recommendations, and then it lists here the healthy fats and oils. So here in Lynn, we have the Phoenix Food Hub, and their mission statement is to serve people of all ages in and around the Lynn area. We also have the Lynn Food Policy Council, which was established in 2023. And our public health coordinator, Norris Guscott, is heavily involved with these initiatives. Some information on food insecurity. The food bank released some information to show how the COVID-19 pandemic really exacerbated food insecurity in the state. We can see here the facts. Food insecure neighbors in Eastern Massachusetts, 687,630 people, 1 in 8 residents. And that's a big difference for the roughly 415,000 people pre-COVID that experienced food insecurity. And then here, the timeline that I mentioned before, I wanna highlight some female pioneers. Mary Frances Kennedy, who redefined what it meant to write about food, using it as like a stand-in for larger cultural truths. Julia Child, who published Mastering the Art of French Cooking and had a show very famous that explained French dishes and had like the step-by-step tutorials. Ruth Fertile, who opened the first Ruth Chris Steakhouse and made really a point of employing single mothers. She did everything in the restaurant. She butchered, she did the financials, she managed people, she really was a go-getter. Alice Walters, the farm to table movement, she kind of pioneered that, like bringing fresh regenerative foods to restaurants and creating that movement. Nancy Silverton, first female chef to win the coveted James Beard Award. And then Susan Feniger and Mary Sue Milliken were the first women to open a restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip. Edna Lewis, she is known as the Grand Dame of Southern Cooking and really showcased the cuisine through her cookbook. Christetta Comerford, the first female and Asian executive chef in the White House, and who was appointed by then First Lady Laura Bush. Stephanie Izzard became the first female winner of Top Chef and opened 4 famous restaurants throughout the country. And then Nina Compton, who became the first Black woman to win a James Beard Award, and then was a tireless champion of Caribbean food and kind of showcased that cuisine. And then the last section I wanted to mention, genetic modification of food. So I found this article on Business Insider that showed kind of like the original version of fruits and vegetables that we see today versus what we see now versus what it was then. So the natural peach, this is what it looked like. It had a waxy skin. The stone inside was much larger. And this is what we see now, a much smaller stone inside, soft edible skin, whereas the original had like a very waxy skin. This is the original watermelon. As you can see, very different inside, very few kind of pink, red areas. And this is what we see now, it's all that red, juicy part. And then here we see the original banana. So you see like the difference, much different than what we have now. The original carrot, which was almost looked like a branch, and now this is what we see today. And then corn, this is a very striking difference. This was the original corn, and this is what we see now, like corn on the cob. And then we want to highlight International Women's Day. Thank you to Malika for printing out this beautiful flyer. And that's the presentation. Thank you.